Hey there, guys and gals. It's Aussie Grim with the Gamers Grim coming at you in Starfield today with another ship build. Today we're going to go over one of my star fortresses, the Honorbound. This is a Class C ship, massive, but it still has max mobility, max speed, and a huge amount of cargo for a big giant ship. I think there's three things I could put on this before it runs out of space. Lots of modules and lots of living space. And of course, this is one of the funnest ships to fly around and farm dogfighting XP on. If you guys want to see more content like this on this channel, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share down below. It really helps out the channel. So getting back to the ship, again, this is a Class C ship. It's a big ship. It's one of my star fortresses. They're designed to take a lot of different turrets and a lot of different modules so that they work. This ship, of course, docks in the back. You'll see here in a minute for the reason for that. One of the best things about star fortresses is not necessarily how sleek and fast they are, but how you can sort of lay out all of the halves inside of these big ships really makes it comfortable and easy to live in. This is, of course, a ladderless build, completely ladderless build. So we'll come in, and that goes right up to the cockpit. Neat little way to go up to the cockpit. We'll go to the right here, and it'll bring us into an infirmary, and we'll close the door. What did I change out that the doors are all closed? I wonder. But we'll come through this hallway from the infirmary and we'll come into a living quarters. Again, I always go Nova Galactic living quarters. I just really like the Nova Galactic living quarters. They seem to be the most comfortable and just happen to love this entertainment system in the living quarters. And of course, with this build, you get a pool table and a TV. So this is a nice little place for your crew to settle in and get some rest. And of course, up here in the front we have a computer bank which leads to the docker like this, which of course is connected to the living quarters, which comes into a mess hall. We get this is truly a fortress. This is where you could have maximum crew and they would all live quite comfortably. And of course we come back here through a secondary hallway that wraps around and comes into a workshop right here like this. And then of course this hallway wraps around right back where we started in the ship. Really great layout, a single square, has everything that you could possibly want inside of a ship. Not very confusing, it's set up in a square. So that really helps out. And then I had a lot of fun with how I did this cockpit. It's very recessed back into the ship underneath all of the turrets, just like this. It's really fun to fly this ship from the cockpit. It's even more fun to engage in combat, which we'll see here in a minute because we're going to go and do that in this ship. I was doing it earlier and I almost got destroyed because I build so many ships. My cargo hold gets filled up with a gazillion useless piles of crap like succulents and pins and all sorts of crap, and I accidentally jettisoned 47 ship parts, if you can believe it. They're gone now forever. All the ships that I destroyed and took their ship parts, I jettisoned them without even thinking, and they are gone now. So I am back down to the normal human amount of about 5 or 6 ship parts. But we'll go into photo mode here so that you can take a good look at the Honorbound in flight like this. Very good looking ship. It is a star fortress. It looks like a fortress in space. And again, this is about as much as you can put on a single ship. I think I can add maybe 1 or 2 more things to it before the game will tell me you have too much crap on your ship. Please stop. So that is the Honorbound in flight like that. Looks really nice. One of the best things about this setup isn't necessarily the way the ship looks, but more so how a Star Fortress like this works in the game for gathering XP while you're flying around and fighting. So what we'll do is we'll head over to Serpentis, which is where, when I'm not building ships, I tend to be over here killing bad guys for XP because it's fun to just fly around and blow up ships and steal their stuff. So we'll go ahead and just pop one little thing into that grav drive. It doesn't need to be fully maxed out at the moment. But with this particular weapon setup, it's kind of fun with the particle turret and the rapid fire rail turret, which you'll see here in a minute as we get into a mess with some of these Varun pirates or Starborns that might show up. There they go. And just like that. Oh, he's running away. We'll just flip around like that. The turrets will do most of the work. Come on now, quit doing that. There we go. This particular fight is not going super well. Oh, I leveled up again. Yeah, that was not the most exemplary fight, but it was a 3v1 against 3 high-level Varoons. We're going to go loot because, again, I jettisoned all of my ship parts. And I had to go actually buy some, which was very embarrassing for me. 47 ship parts gone. Just like that. As you see, this ship has a great deal of speed. I don't need any of that crap. So we'll go over one more. Maybe we'll get a better fight than that. Why is it showing that my ballistic weapons are broke?
You have met your doom. The great serpent demands blood. Shield down. We are vulnerable. System stable. We continue the fight. You will be made dust. We finish.
There we go. This fight's going a little bit better than the last one. But you can see, guys, this is pretty much what you do when you get a Star Fortress like this. You can take on 3v1s over here all day long, no problem. And it's a lot of fun. So what I'll do is I will switch over to the ship builder, and we'll break this ship down piece by piece so you guys can see how to build your own Honorbound. So we will be right back. All right, guys, we're back in the shipbuilder, and here is the Honorbound in all her mighty glory. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through, and we're just going to delete all of the pieces that you're going to need so we can count them up for you guys. We'll start with the easy stuff first, the weapons. You have 4 Jishaku NDRF rapid railgun turrets from Shinigami. These are really great to pair with the PBO 300 auto alpha turrets on your system. I'm currently leveling up my generators so that I can make full use of all 4 of these. I don't get them right now, but that's fine. We want it to remain symmetrical, so we keep them. But the reason that they pair well together is these have a 3,000 meter range, and these have a 1,000 meter range. And these really damage hulls, and these kind of damage both. So what these will do is they will start shooting really far away, tear down their shields, and right about the time they get really close, then these bad boys will kick in, and between the two of them, there's not a hole in space that can stand between them. But you'll need 4 of these rapid railgun turrets here, and you will need to place them on 4 equipment plates on this Stroud Eklund nose cap, though there are different ways that you could probably arrange that out the front here. But we have 4 of these PBO 300 auto alpha turrets that go right on the top of this Hope Tech cowling, which we'll get to here in a minute. There's 4 of those. Then we got some decorative pieces here in the middle. It's the Demos A Spine 4. I have 2 of them. One is aft, and then I have a radiator. You could probably sub out the radiator for just the regular Demos spine. It's a little lighter, but we're not too worried about weight. We always try to keep our weight right where it needs to be so that you guys can take advantage of all of the stuff that your ship has. So we'll go through some of this decoration here. Of course, we have these 2 Stroud nose caps that are just like that are to the front, and they are just sort of decorated with these Stroud cap A's on either side on the bottom, and then a Stroud nose cap B4. So just like that. And then I have 2 Tayo braking engines right here along the side, so you'll need 2 Tayo braking engines. And then we'll go across the top here, Stroud Tech cap A's, and there's 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, so that would be 10 of those Hope Tech caps, just like that. And then on the interior of this, I have some Demos bumpers, and there are 6 Demos bumpers that you'll put along just like that, along the interior of these Tayo mid caps, of which there, it looks like, are another 10. So there'll be 10 of these Tayo mid caps that you need to fill out the top of this right there. And then down underneath, we have some more decorative pieces. We have 2 Tayo braking engines along the sides there. You could probably put whatever braking engines you really, really want. Oh yeah, then below here, I do have some more of those Tayo cap bottoms. So that'll be 11, 12, 13, 14 of the Tayo caps to round out the bottom there. And then we have some Stroud mid bracers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of those underneath to sort of fill out the bottom like that. And then along the back here, we've got some Demos bellies aft, which there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, along with 2 more Stroud mid bracers. So we'll be back in 1 second. All right, I'm back again. I had an alarm go off. That was interesting. That should definitely test my editing skills that I'm trying to build up. But back to what we were doing, some more of the just decorative or like structural pieces. We have some more of those mid bracers, I guess. I really put those to use, didn't I? So there's going to be another 2 of those up here, like that, as well as 2 Stroud nose caps along the top, and this little Hope Tech nose B4. And of course, on the top here, we have some radiators from Hope Tech, and another one from Nova Galactic. And again, much of the decorative pieces are optional. You can sort of move this around the way you want, and we're about to get to where some of the variability is for this ship. But we do have some Nova cowling, 1L SAs here, of which it looks like there are 6 of those that I used, like that. And I put those on because I simply just wanted to use these M30 Ulysses Helium-3 tanks But you could alternatively use different fuel tanks. There is plenty of room down here to do different things and put different tanks if you really don't want to use these. So we got some Demos cowling here along the back. And I think that about covers all of the decorative pieces, the pieces that are just there, that are completely optional for you to do different things with them. So that brings us to the actual pieces that make the ship the ship that it is. So of course we've got a couple of thruster arrays. We don't need those. You don't have to have those. But getting into the actual pieces of the ship, we have two Dunn 71 engines from Amon Dunn. This is quite the pair of engines that I almost always use. They work really well together, give you great maneuverability and great speed, and a pretty high cargo count while looking really, really cool. There are other engines that are useful and could probably give you a little more maneuverability or even a little more weight. But the snap points on them can be troublesome. That's why these Dunn 71s are so good, as they have some really good snap points. So, and of course, I do almost always pair them with the 6830 engines from Slayton Aerospace, of which there are three. These are just great engines because they keep your maneuverability very, very high, which allows you to carry a lot more weight and do a lot more decoration than some of the other ships do, other engines allow for. So, of course, we do have another Stroud mid-bracer hidden away underneath all of this stuff. So you'll need another one of those. But that is the basic skeleton of the ship. There you see, of course, we have SGD 3300 grav drive, which goes right there behind, of course, this Pinch 8Z reactor from Zhang. I went with this because I'm working on getting my reactor skill leveled up so that I can take advantage of more and more energy points or equipment power points that you get from that skill. And then, of course, I have 4 of these M30 Ulysses helium-3 tanks across the sides here. Again, these are completely optional. You can 100% attach several different gas tanks and variations underneath here. There's plenty of modular capability with this ship. So I do have a shield here, which is the 103D Guardian shield generator. Probably the second best shield in the game after the Vanguard one, simply because this one can attach to a side snap point and doesn't necessarily need to be on the top of the ship. So I do have 2 cargo holds here, the Galleon S204s along the belly here. Really good cargo. You could hypothetically make that cargo hold any you want. There's plenty of room under here to do different things. And of course, I've got a lot of gear. Again, not my favorite gear, but it just aesthetically went well with the ship. So we have Pinpoint 4G landing gear from Tayo, of which there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you do need a lot of gear to get this ship off the ground. And so here's my hab layout. Of course, we do have the 120 LD landing bay from Demos. I don't think there is another landing bay you can use for this ship. Maybe the Hope Tech. The Hope Tech can. No, the Hope Tech can't work. If I remember, because it's the only one that will flip and face rear. So it is a must-have. Though I'm assuming that if you don't really want this landing bay to be here, you can always just put a companionway down one and just make one of the other bays work for you back here or to the side if you really don't want a rear-facing point. But if you can see here, this is the layout of this ship. So I have the landing bay go up into a companionway, which actually connects to the Cabot C4 bridge here, and then 2 cross passages. Nova is a little bit lighter, so it saves on weight. It goes into the 2x1 here, which then creates another, goes into a Hope Tech hab spine, which goes into a Nova Galactic living quarters, the Demos mess hall. You could alternatively use any of the other mess halls here if you really want to, or turn it into a cargo hold if you'd like. And then the Demos workshop there. And then, of course, to the front, we have the Demos control station and the Hope 11 docker. And I know what y'all are wondering. How did you do this? It's really not that hard. This particular cockpit has a lot of room for you to secret snap things into it. So what you can do is you can literally just take a structural piece of some sort, just like this. Let's see. We'll go with this Demos spine here, or Demos thing, and then you can attach it just like so. Whoops, did not snap where it needed to go. Then you can copy this, attach it there, and then duplicate it, and it will snap right up inside of there, and it won't cause any sort of clipping issues because the entire bottom half and front third of this particular cockpit doesn't have anything under it. It's just empty, dead space, and so you can fill it with some of the clipped items and create a nice sort of silhouette for the cockpit here on the Star Fortress. But overall, that is pretty much the build, guys. You can work backwards from there if you want, or just sort of copy this right here, and you can build it any other way you want. It's really up to you. I just had a lot of fun building this, and I wanted to create a massive Star Fortress that just took a bunch of turrets and looked like a massive military fortress flying through the stars. And I think I accomplished that with the Honorbound. So thanks for coming along, guys. Remember, like, subscribe, and share down below. It always helps the channel. And we will see you next time on The Gamer's Grim.